Yes. Just picked up another customer, entrepreneurial guy from Trinidad. What's your name?
Mr. Grill.
Mr. Grill.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the name. So my channel's about monetizing your passion and also trying to bring unity instead of polarization.
Right.
And ultimately about respecting people's points of view and opinions. Too many people get shot down for having a different opinion.
Yeah.
And I think the best way is to have sensible exchange and we all grow.
Correct.
Okay, so Mr. Grill, man, I like that. That's a good name. So you was telling me you're into audio, into visual design. Do you have like a contact where people can contact if they need any services?
Yeah, most people could contact me via my social media handles. Facebook, Mr. Grill Music. Instagram, Mr. Grill Music. TikTok, Mr. Grill Music.
Okay.
Email, mrgritmusic211@gmail.com. You could also check out my website, mrgrillmusicvisuals.co.com. Yeah.
Okay. So like you're already ahead of your game then, because like for me to where a lot of people have a fountain of knowledge and they're not organized or they don't have everything like what you've just said. So you're already like, where did the name Mr. Grill come from?
Well, the name Mr. Grill came from, it had a point in time in my life where I was actually was given trouble.
Okay.
I wasn't focused on the right thing. So, you know when you're given trouble and police always behind you or gangsters always behind you, they used to say, oh, you're running hot.
Okay.
I used to run so hot that they just stick the name Grill.
Okay,
you know what I mean? But as I say, well, age just brings reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
then you get to see the bigger picture as old as you get and you get to realize that, you just wasted like 17 years of your life. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love the backstory and I love the way you turned a lot of that into something more constructive, positive. So what is it you specialize in? You mentioned audio
design, song engineering, screenwriting, also directed. Yeah.
For what, like a movie?
For movies, I already had 2 movies already that hit the cinemas in the Caribbean.
Okay.
IMAX cinemas.
Okay.
The first one was Zessa the movie. That was done with most of the top dancehall artists. Let's hold 1 minute.
Yes, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a taxi right now. I'll call you back. Okay, sir. No, sorry, I'll see you in a bit, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
So what it is, like, my 2 first movies was actually successful, and that was the first movie that I actually tried.
Okay.
So it wasn't even like a low budget movie, it was a no budget movie.
No budget?
You understand?
Okay.
It's similar to like when you're doing music videos, you refer to it as a run and gun.
Okay.
The movie was basically a run and gun. So basically I used to run a studio back home in my country.
Okay.
So most of the top artists used to come to my studio due to the location, the geographical location, the convenience of getting there easy back and forth. The location I was prime. So that's how my studio back home, It's Done Records, had happened to reach to that level where it reached because the accessibility, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And that day I just find a camera. When I came from Bronx, New York, I find a camera on the train. And I came back to Trinidad with a camera and was fooling around with it. And so, you know what, I'm just going to do a movie. And that's how the movie came about, you know what I mean?
Okay, wow. Yeah, what a story.
And then after that, with the next movie, Soca Prison, our next top artist in Trinidad and Tobago who own radio station, I think his name is Iowa George. He came to me after he saw it in the cinemas because the movies had went to the cinemas. So we had to fly to Panama to get the paperwork sorted out, to drop the hard copy because they wasn't taking it by mail them timing, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was back and forth till I get through. So when it had hit the cinemas, the type of advertisement that I got, the campaigning that I got without spending a dime, because everybody was shocked, blown back like, yo, it was really out. I moved with all the local stars. So even the local news and radio stations had to broadcast it and hype it, and it grew to some big, and from days where I get my name on my platform.
Okay.
Back home locally, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Barbados and Guyana. Days where my name in the music industry was permanent, you know what I mean?
Okay. Do you know, interesting you mentioned St. Lucia. Great story, and it inspires. Another reason I do this as well,
right.
Because when other people, as the channel grows, it's still small. I've got like 170 subs, but as the algorithms get to know you.
Yeah.
You can just take one video and you pop and you blow up, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
But the reason to do it, because for me, everyone's got that spark, that passion, that fire, like
Yeah.
what you've got.
Yeah.
And it's nice to spread that energy, and it inspires other people. Like your story, everything you've just explained, that's powerful. And someone else can hear that story and it can motivate them to do something similar.
Definitely.
So, do you know Marcus? I picked up Marcus, who's opening he's from St. Lucia.
Right.
He's opening up a big cafe on a county road.
What part of county you? Cause I be on this side regular, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
do you know where the B&M is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just literally a few doors away. So he's going to be doing a podcast, because I only picked him up about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And I've just got he said, because he was into politics back home, so he was a journalist, but obviously he loves his food. So at the moment they've got the property, and I think he's already got some customers from his socials, his handles, etc.
Right.
So I think in the next few weeks he's going to be opening, but yeah, look out for him.
Okay, I already take his information down.
Yeah.
I may not find it exactly, but when I'm down there, 'cause I'll be there frequently.
Okay.
I'll
okay.
pop in definitely and support it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he said to me he will come on, because I took his digits,
Right.
and I'm going to link him. And he said he'd do a podcast, and we talk
Right.
about whatever his passion, his food.
Right.
Why is his food going to be different? And then we'll talk a bit about politics. But
Right.
ultimately, it's good because, like you said straight away, it's a mutual benefit.
Yeah, it is.
It's awareness, people.
Yeah, it is. And not to cut you short or anything.
Cool. No,
Plus, I'm presently working on a movie
Okay.
in the UK right now with other of my college mates and stuff.
Okay.
And a lot of people from the Caribbean, Somalia,
Okay.
Pakistan, Afghanistan. It's
Okay.
like this is just people who come to the same UE. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we all come together and we already start filming. The name of the movie is Asylum Link. You all have to look out for that.
So the movie's called
Asylum Link. That is the name of the.
Is that something to do with Asylum Link?
Yeah, it basically shows like and tells different story and different journeys are reaching to the United Kingdom. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I can really tell the story to be apart, because you know everybody's story is different. You know what I mean? Some people come through legal port of entry, some people come through illegal port of entry, some people was also smuggled across borders, part of the modern day slavery trade. So it's a lot of story that the movie is really based around and about. It also highlights that a lot of people say that the taxpayers' money for the going to house asylum seekers and this and that. I'm not saying that they are right or they are wrong, but there are people that actually do need that help and that assistance, who are fleeing war. Some people are fleeing past persecution. I meet a guy, he told me he was shot 7 times, chopped down his back, chopped off his neck. He also will be in the movie as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To give his personal story. So he has his people now who is going to try and recreate that set incident when he was kidnapped in his country and bring it to the forefront to show like, yo, when I cross that channel illegally, it's not because I wanted a free hotel or free dental care, as they just say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My story, I was actually fleeing for my life. Then I have one person, but he's not actually acting the actual part or the character who is acting. He came on a student visa, decided not to come home, make up a story. You understand what I'm saying? You know how it goes. So we be highlighting these things. His life is not at risk, nothing like that. He just make up a story, claim asylum. So that's giving a little insight into certain things. And he was granted asylum one time, no appeals, nothing. And this individual in the movie is based around these 2 figures.
Okay.
Other than other characters as well. These 2 figures is based around. So one actually needed that protection and was denied. Had to take his case to the tribunal court and the upper tribunal court, and the person who didn't have no risk at all whatsoever was granted their stay. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta look out for that.
No, definitely. What's the
You know?
time scale before it's released?
Well, the trailer is going to be released definitely August the 24th. The reason why is August the 24th. On that day,
yeah, feel free. Take
give me
your
one
call,
minute.
man.
Hello. Okay, I am right by your GP coming up there on that side. Okay, song. See you in a bit. Yeah, the reason why it's August 24th, because that was the day I had released my first movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you want that same energy on that release date?
Yeah, so the trailer will be out from the 24th. The movie itself we still in the research stages into like where's the right avenue to get it to AN cinemas like in the UK on that international scale. So we're still doing research, we're still trying to pull connection, we're still trying to everybody coming together and see like whatever other information we could gather. So by this time right now, even though while we're filming, we're still trying to pin that groundwork to make sure that it's not just a YouTube flick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So we're looking to really try and do this thing there too. But this might be my last production in the United Kingdom because that's how I have to go back to my country. You know what I mean?
So where's your heart at? Back to Trinidad? Is that where eventually you want to be, or do you want to be in another country?
Well, to be honest, for me, I'm just a chip of the old block, you know what I mean? My father was a traveling person. My family is basically traveling person. They don't ever stay still.
Okay.
They move around. If it doesn't work somewhere, they try somewhere else. You know what I mean? Okay. But home will always be home. That's where my neighbor's string was tied. So I'd always have a passion and a urge to always revisit home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But sometimes when they're making certain sacrifices, it does hinder that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got lots of sparks going, grill.
No, it's just
lots of sparks, and it's good
it's not really
channel
sparks,
that.
you know.
Well,
it's just
I call it sparks in the sense that I feel like everyone has got like a certain energy and spark. My brand is rat race. Most people are in the rat race, chasing the tails because of the global economics. 50% of the world don't even have internet. They haven't got the opportunities we've got. And I feel 100%. That a lot of people, if they wasn't chasing the tail, running around the wheel all the time, they would do something that gives them more fulfillment, something that they're more passionate about. So I define like them sparks that's within us all. Some people feel that we're here with a purpose. It's in the DNA. It's innate that they feel that they're here to do something. Yours might be creativity, yours might be music, yours might be sound. But if someone said to you, let's say you won the lottery, and you had millions, right? Don't include looking after friends and family. You will have a void in your life. What will you do with all your spare time? Because you can't just party and go on holiday. You got to fill that void. What motivates you, or what gives you so much fulfillment?
Well, to be honest, as I just had mentioned, right, the opportunity that I had got to come to the United Kingdom to further my career, it doesn't really have that in my country. Okay. So if I said like potentially coming to a large sum of money, you understand what I'm saying? I was trying to invest in the younger generation back home, so they could have the opportunity that I didn't have. The reason being is because it was hard for me. Because if I explain in my story, right? My story is just basically I found a camera, you know. It wasn't a dream to say like if I say like yo I want to be a videographer. That was never no part of my thing because I was already an established musician. I was already an established musician, song engineer and producer. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like even if you Google my name, you'll see is like I've been doing it for so long. That's the other day I did a Google check on myself and I was like, yo, I even forgot I write these songs. If you understand what I'm saying, for like hit songs for other artists. I even forgot I do production and certain things. I've been doing music for so long, but since I get into the music and the movie industry, I just find a different passion for it. You know what I mean?
You look young. How old are you?
Nah, I'm 42, innit?
Oh, you're 42?
February the 3rd, I'll be 43.
February the what?
The 3rd of February.
Okay.
Couple days from now.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces as well.
Okay, man.
Okay, you look younger. I would have said like early mid-30s. Okay.
Nah, I'm 43 on the 3rd of February.
42 years young.
Old, mate.
Young. More positive.
I mean, you see, this is what it is, Given my family lineage and my family tree, like the history, we are not long livers. So when I look back at how much time I already spent on the earth, I'm only looking forward to basically like say 20 years or 22 years again plus. Because none of my family never basically live over 65. And that's just written in you know what I mean? So even though I may exercise regular, try to eat the best, try to drink alcohol less, try to smoke less, you know what I mean? to take care of my body is my DNA, you know what I mean? We're just not long livers, you know what I mean?
But you never know. You could be the sorry, just driving there. You could be the exception to the rule.
No,
but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but I do understand that, but I look at it from a different standpoint in the sense that because I was always close to my family.
Yeah.
And most of my friends was basically, majority of them were elders.
Okay.
Right? Half lead me astray. As the part I was telling you, the life I was living.
Yeah.
They were elders.
Yeah.
And then it had the other elders now who make sure that, I had the right footing and set it the right way. You know what I mean? Because I came from good family background. It's not that I came from a bad family background. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
There's basically me and my brother is the only two people who basically like fall at the wayside. But unfortunately, he's not with us today. He was executed back home, you know what I mean? But I made it out and I made that change. And within I make that change, I realized that a lot of youths in my community as well does look up to me. So sometimes when I even go live on Instagram, people want to know about he don't do music again like what we used to. How we have all our following, how we have 1,400 people on the live, sometimes 700 on the live. It's because plenty of the youth look up to me because you understand where I'm coming from. Because where I was born and raised, even though I was born and raised in the ghetto, I didn't come from a bad old family.
Yeah. No, totally.
Understand?
And it's good that the young look up to you because like you said, you want to try and create them opportunities back home and give them the opportunities what they might not have.
Definitely.
Yeah. But no, thank you for agreeing to this. Is there anything you want to say before we bring it to the close?
All I gotta say, just gotta keep a positive energy, regardless of how late or how hard the start was. The finishing line is actually the result. You know what I mean? Because after you run the race and you cross that finishing line, you could relax and catch your breath. But when you're going at it, go hard or go home. You know what I mean? Don't half step on what you're doing. Because for me to make a change from being a past, I don't want to say criminal, but a past troublemaker, it was hard for me to make that transformation. But when I actually made that transformation and start making that transformation, yeah, I'm in the car across the road. Hello. Look me right here. Yo, yeah. So, as I was saying, we'll organize.
You come out.
Yeah, sorry, he's coming now.
I'm coming now. Give me 1 minute.
Sorry.
Just 1 minute.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Pay for yourself.
Okay, do you want to pay? Just press record, yeah? Just, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, so basically it's just to go hard or go home because it don't make no sense that you half stepping. Do you understand? Because on my change for my conversion, for me to leave from rotten fruit to good fruit, it was a hard process for me. But opportunity had presented itself and I took full advantage of the opportunity. I'm still taking advantage of the opportunity right now. But what I want to say to the younger viewers is like basically, sometimes you might have a hard start, you may be led astray, but there's still time where you could change and actually like evolve into something that is actually, you know what I mean, prosperous and it could be successful. It's not to follow your dreams or chase your dreams, but live it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Respect. Close.
Yeah, thank you for that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
And I wish you success. So give me the hit, me with the page so I could